Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of American Truck Simulator. This is Scott Wynn here. I'm driving for Win-Win Limited, my company. We're building from the ground up and we're showing you how to build a trucking empire. Alright, we are in the wonderful city of Las Vegas where good and bad things happen. You know, I'll leave that up to you. But right now we are at a car dealership, Valdelson Motors, and we're going to take a 24,000 pound load of cars from Las Vegas to Albuquerque, New Mexico for rail export. It's a long drive of 603 miles. We're right here. Let's take the job. Okay, looks like our trailer right there. Guessing. Yeah, it's the front of it, or is the front of it around the other side? No, it's the front of it. Alright. It's the business end of it that I need to hook up to. Don't be nervous, Charlie. I kind of know what I'm doing. Don't be nervous. Don't worry, Charlie. I'm up on the curb. I know it, but it's okay. It's okay. I've been driving for 2 weeks, Charlie. Really long time. It's nothing to worry about. Nothing at all. Alright, we are hooking up. And we are on our way. So while we're at this light, let's take a look at our load. These looks like some pretty cool cars. They almost look like maybe Teslas or something. I don't know, but those are pretty snazzy looking sports cars. We will make sure to take good care of those. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to see the City of Lights all blitzed up. It is just before 8 p.m. at night. It is not yet dark. And maybe as we're driving out of town, we'll be able to see some of the lights that make Las Vegas and the Strip so famous. So anyhow, just to explain, my last run that I made was also hauling some cars. Coincidentally from Albuquerque, New Mexico to just north here of Vegas. I believe it was actually in Utah, so it would have been northeast of Vegas. But unfortunately I was not able to upload that video, and the reason being I tried the radio. I turned on the radio real quick to just see what that was all about, and because there were some Beatles songs playing, that violated a copyright, and don't do it. And of course I didn't mean or intend to do that, but it never actually let the video show up. When I tried to put it on YouTube, they sent me an email and said, we're sorry, this video is blocked because it does not satisfy copyright law. And of course immediately I took that video down. So you missed that delivery. That delivery got us up to about almost $84,000 in our pocket. We're looking to save up for another truck for our 3-bay garage in Salt Lake City, Utah. I had hired a driver, and I let him go. because I wanted to drive this truck a bunch myself. I didn't feel like giving a brand new truck that I just purchased to a guy I didn't even know. I'm sure you can understand that. But right now I think I might regret letting him go because he was ranked a 1.7 overall as a driver, which is, you know, still, it's pretty substandard. I mean, it's pretty low as far as drivers go. But much to my disappointment, every driver I check each day here on American Truck Simulator, they're all ranked a .8. And, you know, I don't think SCS software is watching this video, but if they are, this is what I'm going to say. Please, please give us a variety of different levels of drivers. A .8, a 1.3, maybe one guy's really schooled in hazardous cargo, that's why he's ranked up to that 1.3. Maybe I take him above a 1.5. Not sure what this guy's doing right here. Okay. Yeah. So, it's not giving me any variety, and it's not giving me any experienced drivers to choose from, or at least semi-experienced, even though I've spent a lot of time going into towns I would have normally just bypassed on my runs to discover these hiring agencies. Let me ask this: what's the point of hiring agencies if all the drivers are ranked exactly the same, which is an abysmal 0.8, and there's no variety for me? I mean, there's no real reason I can see to go visit and find hiring agencies to find these discoverables if I'm not going to be somehow rewarded for that. So that would be a criticism that I have, that I'm not very critical of many things in this game, but that's something that I would be, I'd say, overly critical of, or more critical of. I don't feel like I'm being overly critical. I feel like it's just good feedback, and I feel like it's something that should be fixed. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and roll these windows up. There we go. I'm sure you guys can hear me a little better now. And we're going to take our Peterbilt 389 low-rise sleeper on the road. This is her third run altogether. She's doing an amazing job. She looks great at night. You're going to get to see her lights tonight. They look amazing. And, well, I'm really happy. Really happy with this truck. It was a good choice. I think for my next driver, when I hire them, whoever that will be, I think I will get them the most base level Peterbilt. And that would require 2 more runs. This run is a, let's see, this run is a almost $30,000 run. So that's going to take me up over a, let's see, about $114,000. Okay, and then I'm going to be about $6,000 short of getting the most base level truck, which they're usually around 120 or 125. Look at that, I just got an achievement, Powell's Trail, coming out of Nevada and entering Arizona. So we'll take a look at that. We'll see what that looks like. But as I mentioned earlier in a video, I would like to maybe build this whole fleet out of Salt Lake City with Peterbilts, and my next garage, wherever I build, that will be an entirely different model of trucks. Maybe Kenworths, maybe Internationals, we'll see. Could be Max. We'll check it out. Go ahead and put my headlights on here. It's starting to get dark. love those small front left and right mirrors and just the way the air filter lights reflect off of that. It's just so cool. Just a little detail, a little touch that I like. And of course in my rear view mirror I can see my side skirt lights. Oh, sorry, not my rear view, my side view mirror. I don't know what it is about lights on a big truck, but they do something for me. So I'll be sure not to turn on the radio. I do not want to get in trouble with YouTube. It was not my intention, so it was an honest mistake. And it really wasn't even the full song. It was just like partial. I said, oh wow, it's the Beatles network. That's pretty cool. And I was listening to a little Beatles, and then I turned it off, and that was enough to flip the switch for YouTube and to say this is a video that is violating copyright law, and I could respect that. I totally respect that. Music should be protected. So since I've seen you guys, I have added a few mods. One of them is I forget what it's called exactly, but it's supposed to give more of a variety of hauls. So, for instance, instead of all the normal like excavator trucks and all that, it's going to give us some extra stuff that we haven't seen before. Okay, maybe some of it's logging stuff or whatever have you, but I have not yet seen evidence that that mod is functioning properly. I'm not saying it's not, but we'll keep an eye on that as we go. And then right ahead of us, 3 vehicles ahead, you'll notice that says FedEx Ground on that box truck. Now that is a mod that I added as well that puts real companies on those box trucks. Another one I saw earlier while driving through Vegas on the way to pick up this trailer was Aramark. With the red and white color scheme. So that's actually a really nice touch. I mean, if you drive on any American road nowadays, you see FedEx trucks. I mean, they're everywhere. You know, big... My gosh, what's this guy doing? Well, I'm halfway through this intersection. I know there's a cop there, but I don't want to be in the middle of an intersection, so I'm going to go ahead and move. And they call that something. There's a word for that. I forget what it's called. And I should be making this left here, shouldn't I? Oh boy, I'm just a mess. I'm an absolute mess. There's a word for that, like when you extend yourself out into an intersection, but then you stop in the middle of the intersection and you block the people there. And I forget what it's called exactly, but it's like an evil thing. Like if you're driving through New York City, people will hate you for doing that because you're basically blocking those people who have the green light from being able to, go ahead and proceed through the light. And that's, kind of a cardinal sin, especially in a big city. So I'm going to go up here and pull some kind of U-turn. And it looks like there might be a business up to the left here where I can U-turn my way around. We'll go up into this place here and we'll just pull a quick U-turn and we'll get on the highway there where it wanted us to go. But hey, this happy mistake has just discovered a new place for us. We are in Kingman. It's a place we've just discovered. We have a nice big loading dock area here where we can just turn this puppy around. We'll get back on track. We're actually going to pause for maybe a quick screenshot once we kind of make this turn a little bit. Let's go to the photo studio. Yeah, it's actually a pretty cool look right there. It's got the sell goods in the background. I mean, there's not really much I need to do to this. I might just give it a little bit of kind of that kind of thing going on. Give it a little bit of drama. But other than that, that looks pretty darn good. And we're on our way. Did fill my rig up with gas just prior to taking this job, so we should be good on gas for the rest of the trip. That'll make it a nice straight fast run. Do I want a Fanta? Nope. I think orange soda is disgusting. To each his own, but that's some nasty stuff. I drank it when I was a kid, but I'm not a kid anymore, so. Nasty, nasty stuff. Those turns are tough. Like right in the middle of a turn, you're also changing levels. So there was like a quick kind of uphill little terrace level there on a turn. So they're tough to navigate. They'll toss you to the side a little bit, and you just have to adjust quickly. It's all natural reflexes. I happen to have them. When I was a kid, I played soccer, and I either played defense or I played goalie. And goalie's crazy because you just have to have crazy quick reflexes. You know, if somebody fires a shot, you don't really have time to think. You just have to react, and I was always pretty good at making those quick reactions. And, you know, that's the type of stuff that's tough to teach. Either you have quick reflexes or you don't. I mean, you could work on that stuff for sure, but some things that just require quick reflexes, you're just not going to have success with it unless you naturally you're gifted with those things. I used to play lacrosse too in high school. I played in New York State, and you know, we had some of the best lacrosse players in the country at that time coming out of that region. So I was playing, you know, with and among some of the best out there, and I played defensive midfield, where you guard a midfielder across from you, and midfielders are, they usually have cannon shots and stuff like that, and we've clocked people, like when we were back at that level, we were clocking people and how fast they can fire a shot, and some guys can fire a crossball over 90 miles per hour. Some of them were hitting like mid 90s. This one guy, I can't mention his name, but he was really phenomenal. He's one of the best lacrosse players ever to play at Syracuse, and he could fire it over 100. And one of the amazing things, I'm just talking about reflexes, was when I was playing at my highest levels, with the shaft of my stick, like not the netting part, the shaft part of my stick, I can often block shots that were coming at me at 95 miles per hour, or 90, say 85 plus even. And you get that in tune with it. And it's like you take a player out of baseball for, let's say, a year, and he hasn't swung a bat, and you put him in, he's trying to hit 90 mile per hour fastballs. Well, it's not happening. Like, you have to keep practicing and get up to that point where you can even catch up with stuff like that. And you can't just jump in and do it. It's just a lot of practice. But it's amazing that your hand-eye coordination can adjust on such minute levels to be able to stop a lacrosse ball coming at you at that speed, literally when someone's 5-10 yards away from you. And that's a small ball and a small shaft, so talk about reflexes. It's pretty precise stuff. Looks like we're coming up on Flagstaff a bit here, hitting the city limits. Ooh, and there's a sale at Walmart, 50% off. All right. Have we discovered Flagstaff yet? I don't believe I don't believe I have. Oh yes, I have actually. I did drive through there not too long ago. It was very recently that I drove through here. This is a route we have taken before. I could come down here, I suppose, to hit some roads we haven't hit yet, but that would only really just add a lot of time. And at night, I don't know how much interest that's going to add, so I'm just going to go ahead and skip that for now. But I don't know if you saw all those white roads that were in the southern part of New Mexico, the kind of and Arizona, the nether regions, the regions that kind of border Mexico. And I wouldn't say those are the spots where you're getting the most lucrative trucking runs going on, but I will hit them once I'm up and running and I have some drivers making some money. I will just go off and do some runs on roads that you guys haven't seen yet, so more on that in the future. I just want to get some guys up and earning, so find a new truck soon, get a driver, the best driver I can get, even if he's a miserable .8, and get some guys earning some money for me, or some gals. I could hire some gals too. We'll see how it goes. I'd love to hear in the comments below, guys, like what are your favorite rigs to drive? I mean, right now I'm really loving this Peterbilt 389. I had my eye on it from the beginning, and I kind of wavered and I looked at other rigs too, but I just came back to it because just something just resonates with me with it. It just has that classic look and those classic lines and that beefy sounding engine, and something about it. Sitting nice up high. I really love the dashboard layout. I love the choice of interior. Like, I love black and gray on an interior of a vehicle. I have a black Jeep Commander now and with a gray leather interior, and I just love it. It's just me. I don't want any frills. I want kind of straightforward, basic colors and all that. Some kind of hold up here. Let's see, we have a fire engine. Ooh, we have an overturned... Is that a dump truck? Looked like a dump truck. Hope that guy's okay. Say a little prayer. You know, my brother never really said anything about it until I asked him about it, but we'd be driving on the road. He had this, he had a Jeep Wrangler, you know, rag top. We'd often take the top off, and, you know, we used to like to go for drives, and all of a sudden I'd see him do the sign of the cross, and one time I asked him, I'm like, what's up with that, bro? You know, like, what's with the sign of the cross, you know? And he did it whenever he saw a dead animal on the side of the road, and sometimes it was, you know, something significant like a deer, and then I don't mean to put significance on one animal versus another, and then sometimes it might be a rabbit. But I thought that was pretty cool. He just honored that animal in his own way. And said, hey man, I'm sorry you died. I'm just going to bless you real quick, and it just takes a minute out of my day to do it, and that was pretty cool. But I always do that. If I ever pass an accident on the road, I'll say something, not out loud, but just in my head. Like, I'll say a little. I'll call it a prayer or whatever. I'm not much for praying, but I'll say something in my head for that person. Just that I hope this person is safe, and if they're injured, that they heal up quickly and that they get back to their families, you know, or the people they love, you know. It's a simple little thing to do. It makes me feel better, like I was able to do something, and you know, would otherwise be like a powerless situation to help somebody, and you know, I would want to help somebody in that situation the best I could. Coming up on Holbrook, we've been through there a bunch. Doing a lot of these southwest runs lately, through Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico, Utah. I'm going to be jumping up north not too long. There's a lot of Washington that we haven't seen, and Oregon, certainly places in California. I think I was a little sick of those places from the first run through I did of the game with my first driver. PS4, that's a cool billboard, like it. So, yeah, I wanted to roll through some of these states I hadn't seen much, and I mean, look at this. We're out on the open road. Speed limit's 75. There's not a lot of traffic. The road turns when it geographically makes sense that it turns. It's not bad driving. I kind of like it, so I think that's why I've been spending some extra time down here. Petrified Forest National Park. That'd be something to see. Those old, ancient wooden trees going from wood to stone. Pretty cool. Some kind of process in there, extra carbon or something. I can't really remember. It's like 8th grade science type of stuff. If you saw me swerving a little bit there, it's because I was texting and driving. I had to check my text for somebody to message me, but you can see why it's not a good idea in real life. I'm actually really against that. People lose their lives every day because people are texting while they're driving. I don't do it in real life, but I did it on here. Alright, since we're on such a nice open highway here and we can get up to speed and hear the rumble and roar of this engine, let's open some windows. Get a feel for that. £8,000. Not a heavy load, by any means. It is a value load, though. Think about what all those cars are worth. If these are Teslas and I have 6 of them, it's got to be $750K worth of goods, no problem. I vote. Get a quick photo here. It's a pretty cool series of ramps and roads here. I mean, just look at this. This is incredible. A little bit of a make sure we keep that truck the focal point. And we're back. Let's get a quick look on the map here. We are in Albuquerque, and we are so close to our delivery here. Let's just finish this puppy off. Really nice looking town from the road at night on this raised elevation. Looks really nice. And Rio Bravo Boulevard. I'm gonna hook sharply around to the right here. Swing her a little left here before I swing her back right. Plenty of room. I never want to miss these trains. I wonder if that's going to come right past us here. Let's take a quick look. It's odd. It almost seems like it's glitching out. All these people are stopping, but those are not going down. They do look red, though. Maybe they are down. Just doesn't look like it from this angle in front of that white truck. Alright, we'll continue on with this drop. We're close. Straight through here. You can imagine what this device does ahead of us. Whether that uses a magnet, I'm not sure. To unload and reload these tractor trailer beds or these shipping containers on top of these rail cars. Alright, a pretty perfect run. Let's decouple. Let's see how we did. Excellent run. Las Vegas to Albuquerque, 554 miles, almost 10 hours, 116 gallons, 29K in cash, 1327 experience. Yes, that was fragile cargo. They gave us a nice bonus. It's also long distance. It's odd, you know, I haven't really been seeing some of the high pay kind of hazardous cargo runs lately. I would like to see if I could deliver that type of stuff as well. And let's go ahead and move forward, and we're going to be able to level something up. Long distance is always good. You know, I'm going to go ahead and click this just-in-time one. Once again, we get plus 6% higher reward for finishing a important delivery, 10% for finishing an urgent one, and plus 30% for finishing an urgent delivery. Alright, let's get that done. That's about it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Scott Wynn out. Make sure you like and subscribe, guys. Really important to help me build my channel, and I do appreciate it. You guys have a great day. See you soon.